paranoid in my own mind state. Keep trying to tell my mind to give me a break. Please.
Everywhere I go, I'm looking this way, better. Everywhere I go, I'm looking this way, better. Everywhere I go, I swear I gotta bring my bros, cause I feel like when I'm solo, I ain't always on my toes. Why ain't always on my toes?
I ain't always on my toes.
Why ain't always on my toes?
I ain't always on my toes. I ain't always on my toes.
Paranoid, feel like everyone's a vulture.
She's promoting the website, dambadandi.com.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol live. It's a freaking Thursday, and it's also my freaking birthday. And I'm excited because for the first time ever on camera, I have one of my best friends, Sparkles Lavendar.
Woo!
Join us
Hey,
here
Sparkles.
with the Echoplex crew, producer Dave, the media winch.
What's up, Sparkles?
Hey.
Hello. I think
I-
my whole mic just went out.
Let
hear
me
you're just
ask
here
you a question.
I hear you're just
Can you
here for
still hear
moral
me?
support.
I am emotional.
All right, well, check this out. We're going to get right to it, I think, because we didn't plan this, we didn't put it on the docket, but the America First rally with Rep Gates and Rep MTG is live in Dalton, Georgia. Also, you get to see the fucking thing that we did to the main overlay for Justin's thing. So here we go, everybody.
And there is no government agency, there is no business, there is no school, there is no group that can force you to get a vaccine that you don't
This
wanna get.
batshit crazy woman. Oh, there's a glitch in the freaking.
That's wrong.
No, that's right.
No, it
MTG.
is correct, Miss Green.
Yeah, my body, my choice. And you know what? It's a great statement. I'll tell you why it's a great statement. My body, my choice. Because when it comes to abortion, that baby in a woman's womb is not her body. That's a body that belongs to another human being.
Come on, talk about adrenochrome.
Be murdered
Bitch, you're
in
gross.
another's womb.
Get that fetus. Kill that fetus.
Marjorie
what
Taylor,
did I tell you?
gross.
62 million people in this country.
That was my first thing I told her before we came on was like, watch about violent comments and.
It's a song.
To women that in order to
But Twitch is gonna pick that up. We apologize, Twitch gods.
most
That wasn't us.
Within
That was
minutes of
her.
being on here.
happening in our
Yeah,
land.
yeah. We're gonna blame it on Sparkles.
Abortion
Rookie mistake.
Completely end it.
Burn me with a cigarette.
I would never.
Never.
Well, back to Speaker Masshole.
I am partaking upon beverages tonight. Producer Dave, do you have something to drink?
No
Just caffeine. We're up again at 9, so I'm not going to do some day drinking today.
political.
Okay, it is quite a bit of a time difference between you and I.
Watched it. January 3rd.
My birthday.
I was sworn into the 117th Congress.
Thank you very much.
That declared that there's.
You
no
were the
such
first
thing
person to wish me happy birthday. No, I take that back. Curiouser was the first person to wish me happy birthday.
Yeah, what it
But you were not far behind.
Well, anyways, Nancy.
Their audio is fucking horrible.
She needed everybody to show up to vote for her.
I'm already stepping on it real hard, too.
Speaker of the House.
It sounds like
A lot of
the
these Democrats
fucking.
haven't been
It sounds like
months
8-bit.
because they were sitting at home.
So now,
voting
where
for
are they
Democrats
with this
that
rally right now?
inside
Georgia.
Zoom calls. You can't even make it up.
Somewhere in her crazy ass district, I imagine.
Yeah, so she
Yeah.
told all her
Oh, Dalton.
people, you better show up in Washington.
Well, she tried to make a joke there, and it just went completely flat.
Well, guess what? There were a few members that had.
I have jokes. Can't say on Twitch.
She brought them in anyway. Yeah, they were there.
I don't mean to scold you. Now you're going to be afraid to talk.
They were there.
It's okay. I've been yelled at by men all day. It's okay.
Terrible thing that Nancy Pelosi
Since 8 a.m.
apologize.
I've been
We're all
getting
like
yelled at by the white man.
Petri
Thank
dish
you.
in here
I
spreading it all
totally
around.
apologize for the
She
men
thinks
yelling
that
at
people
you.
that are unvaccinated and unmasked are like the unclean of the civilization. That's how they treat us, right?
Like back
Yeah,
to
but
front.
she brought in her COVID positive Democrat members so they could vote for her.
No, like deplorables in a basket.
Well, then she even went a step further because some of them were complaining about that. So she ordered a box built inside the chamber. It's up on the top, on the upper level. So they could sit in there.
Everybody's over when they come out of a
I
box.
don't know about you guys. We aren't really living in Star Trek, and they don't just beam these people.
Yeah, and you're the reason why we're not, you bitch.
No, they got to walk around to get in there.
You're the reason why we're not a Federation planet yet, you asshole.
She's saying we're not Star Trek, but didn't she like propose the Jewish space laser conspiracy?
Walk into the Capitol building. Oh, God forbid. ahead, bring
So
it.
Adam Rainstopper's trying to drop a link to a fundraiser in the chat. Are there any of your mods here?
Vote for her for speaker. So do you think Nancy Pelosi
Yeah, I am.
really cares?
Adam, can you drop that? Can you send that to the media wench, like on Discord or something, so that she can drop the link in chat for the fundraiser?
Yeah.
She just cares about power.
Do I don't have
I
Discord open.
endorse fundraisers for worthy causes.
Supporting
Don't donate
terrorism.
to the Salvation
She
Army.
has denounced them. No, she didn't denounce them. We have Eric Swalwell, who slept with a Chinese spy.
That never
No, he
happened. They
didn't.
love saying that.
He sits on the
That did not happen.
And the
Yeah,
other
go
thing
ahead and
is,
whisper it to me, Adam.
if he did, how do you know he didn't get secrets from her?
Yeah.
No, she did not. She made sure.
That's a very good question, Dave. I hadn't thought about that.
Are there any Chinese spies on these dating apps? They could find me. My name is Sparkles.
That she married her brother. At least that's what I heard. Did y'all hear
I
that
like you.
rumor?
You're funny. You got one-liners.
Yeah. She's very loyal not to America. But Nancy Pelosi defends her. She would never denounce her. As a matter of fact, she wouldn't denounce Maxine Waters, who flew across state lines and went in and incited a riot
Where?
in an area
Where?
that's having riots every single night.
Where?
What kind? Let me ask you something. When Maxine Waters
Chicago, did you not know?
them after 11 o'clock at night, which is past curfew, by the way.
But like any Democratic run city,
What's
Yeah,
her
pretty much.
By that you mean any
they're all on
city.
fire.
When you say that, you mean any city.
Looting
Exactly.
businesses, attacking police officers.
Democrat
attacking
run
property.
city.
What is more confrontational than that? So I introduced
Sparkles on a Friday night when she's been
Waters.
stood up by a man that's promised her rotisserie chicken.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You were ready to fight that night, weren't you?
I'll still fight him right now.
Who are we chanting to lock up? She named like 5 people.
But Nancy Pelosi did not denounce.
Why disseminate? Just make it a blanket
Oh, no.
statement.
She knows how to hold it.
She says it Nancy Pelosi,
Really tight.
not
So that they can
Pelosi.
ram through the Democrat socialist
Pelosi.
agenda that's going to tear down our country. That's what
I just
she's
heard her
doing.
say tight and ran through,
Unfortunately,
and
I
nobody
haven't
said
seen
anything
that
to her.
happen so well in the
Phrasing.
Republican conference. Unfortunately. We had 10 people, 10 Republicans vote to
I am not high enough for this shit.
president.
Me either. I'm gonna have to go get my dab rig. I'm gonna take dabs to deal with
I
Marjorie.
was gonna make a gesture, but off camera. But then I saw I wasn't. on
that's how
camera,
it
so never
seems.
mind.
You see, here's what we have to do.
Yeah, I gotta go get my dabs.
We have to take back the majority in 2022.
Smoke them if you got
Do
them.
that.
Sparkles, I like that you're like half Southern Belle and half Valley Girl. That is impressive.
Conference that
Thank you.
understands conservative American values.
Also, good job on that
What do you
mic.
all
Thank you
think?
for talking right into it. I appreciate it. I know you're new here.
I'm putting this on my OnlyFans because it's all the way in my mouth, and I think I can make a
We
lot
have
more
to
money
take
that
back
way.
The House with leadership that cares about conservative American values, which are America First policies.
And I call myself a comedian.
So that's what we're going to be working on.
You can message Justin for my OnlyFans link.
Hard on doing that. So this is what Matt Gaetz and I are doing. We're traveling the country with these America First rallies, and I'll tell you what.
I'm so bougie. I found wine glasses that match my dab rig.
Way to save America and
That's
stop
nice.
socialism. And it's
Now,
our
I've been in
job,
conversations
our
with a
generation's
friend to possibly provide a limited edition Troll Patrol bong, custom blown.
No.
And the reason why we have
That may be coming by the end of the year.
Great threats to our future. We have China, where
What are you laughing about?
it's mostly known
Maybe
for the
coming.
COVID virus
Blown.
in the lab. But
Blown, maybe coming. Okay. I get it.
probably a bunch of you in this room.
You just dropping it like Tobias over there.
So I want to give a
I
shout
just
out
blew
to
myself.
I want to give a shout out to some of the people from my community for showing up. Adam Rainstopper, though I know you hang out here a lot. Igloo, I know you hang out a lot here. What's up? Lisa says what? Lisa says what came through the pipeline that is the least likely pipeline. She found the Intellectual Dollar Tree podcast didn't leave a 1-star review or call us names, then found us on Twitter, and then found us on Twitch, and now she's in our Discord. That's like the opposite pipeline of how this ever happens.
Yeah.
And then they want the American taxpayers to.
Lee said happy birthday to me last night. I greatly appreciate all the birthday wishes from the chat. Thank you guys.
You just came to our chat because you knew it was your birthday and people would wish you happy birthday. Don't front.
Tax free.
You ain't got to lie to kick it.
America First policies and policies that
I'm not all here actually. I'm pretty intoxicated.
America First policies are the policies that we need
Oh, that's right. You're a lightweight.
I am a
to save
lightweight.
our country and build our children's future. These are the policies that we're going to.
Producer Dave said that I would be drinking whiskey. I do have some bourbon whiskey
That this is what the American people
in the
want.
freezer.
Because it's people over politicians, and the only way we're going to do that is with America First.
But she's a politician. Wait.
She markets herself as an outsider.
She's like, guillotine myself. Wait.
That's right. That's right.
Wait a minute.
What's your thoughts on Representative Green?
She's at. That's all I can say, I guess.
See, you guys all understand it.
Shout out to the cameraman who actually had the balls to show that audience.
Right, because when it was zoomed in, you might think they're in an auditorium. I mean, I guess they're in an auditorium, but it's not really
That's
big.
the senior center. That's the senior center.
A rec center, a school gymnasium, something to that effect.
They
yeah.
promised them a spaghetti dinner to get them there.
Things that go on that you don't hear about on CNN.
Dude, they're not letting Marjorie Taylor Greene near any school. What are you talking about?
To hate me. How many of y'all watch CNN? Yeah,
For the Silver Fox, yes.
CNN.
their viewers or something like that. Apparently, people don't want to watch.
I'm loving the glitch effects.
propaganda news. Yeah, figure that one out.
The really poorly crossed out phone number is my favorite part.
Garbage bag? Is that a garbage bag?
What you think?
That she's wearing?
Yeah, is that a garbage bag?
Remember, we're not the party of violence.
We're not the party of violence. We just tried to overthrow the government a few months ago.
They were nice to me there. Nobody.
The FBI has been warning about these people for over a decade.
They can't go to like
Back in a few minutes.
the Sprouts without a gun.
I love my district. Georgia 14.
She's got to go wipe the sweat out of her butt crack. She's been standing there out in the heat, about to run down her thigh.
Is that Georgia swamp country? Have you guys ever been to the swampy country of Georgia?
The America First Matt Gaetz
No.
rally.
Thankfully.
Wet there. Real wet.
It gets weird too. Oh, we got a socks coming over here.
And your support mean the world to us. Check out our website if you are curious about how you can donate.
It's usually smoky
Oh, look,
on the
it's something
stream.
way better to look at. Fox butthole.
All right. Well, that was the main event. I just had that up in case something good came along. So the fun part about this is that me and the media went to put together a docket. It's not like current events docket necessarily, but it is a docket. And we figured we'd maybe start off with a classic Star Moon.
We're going to moon pill your stream.
Oh shit, my girlfriend.
Yeah, we're going to start off with a classic Madison Star Moon. This is Star Moon. This is a funny one where she like has her camera out of focus and she's talking about what did this say? It's a 5G freak show.
I like Madison. I think Dave's a little hard on her. Hey, Socks, you're trying to steal the soap over here.
I start to feel a little bit bad for her until I remember that she thinks that Sandy Hook and all those things were a fucking false flag. And then she can trip over something and stab herself on a fence post.
Some type of low frequency directly into my bedroom.
No, that's just me spinning some brakes outside your place.
Destroying the power grid with disco.
People are getting low. Like the frequency.
Frequency.
Ah, the classics.
I have the phone pressed against the window.
No shit.
Not moving at all.
Using the front-facing camera too.
Moving it.
Yeah, I can't even see what's going on because my cat's blocking the screen.
That's
Don't
not
worry,
why you
it's
can't
just
see what's
blurry.
going. That's not why you can't see what's going on.
I'll have to get Hamish to jump up here. This whole,
Okay, this is the shit that the Pentagon released, isn't it?
It's actually going faster than it was earlier.
Apparently supersonic speed.
ballast. How the fuck they work?
Yeah, that's just a failing ballast on a light pole.
Anybody who's ever grown indoors knows that.
You're so mean to stop.
I didn't mean to be mean to him, but he's kind of causing issues.
There.
Uh-oh.
Fuck is that?
She's gonna go get him. She's gonna go get the 5G.
Hold on.
Where is she? Sanitarium?
Sanitarium.
I'll be back in a sec, everybody. I'm gonna get some caffeine.
She's just looking at streetlights. What the fuck?
I think she's having a bad trip and nobody's there to comfort her.
5G freak out.
But
That's the
I want to
5G.
know what she's seeing that we're not seeing.
See, this was a long time ago. This is like this is the pre-party for when everybody got the 5G injection, right? So
Now, is she mask? Is she pro-mask or anti-mask now?
anti-mask now. She used to be pro-mask when she thought the chemtrails were killing her.
If you look in your Discord, DJ Bob, also known as the Echoplex Wrangler, is wearing one of Madison Star Moon's masks.
Wait. She used to market masks to people?
That's not a
No, she used to wear them to protect from the chemtrails. She was never smart enough to set up an Etsy to sell them.
God.
Because the shills would have bought them.
Every single night. I think they're experimenting on us.
Well, see, that's one of the things that I'm going for with my merchandise is I want to sell them Troll Biden, Nancy Pelosi.
Mm-hmm. Like when my mom
Trying to
does a
get
lot of
right-wingers
peels, that's the kind of videos I get.
Your mom called into the show one time, and she was an intelligent lady.
I got a video of her pretending that she's in a York Peppermint Patty commercial stoned as fucking New Orleans on my phone.
That's pretty funny.
Skiing down the mountains.
But she called in, and she knows her history and stuff. Like,
Well, let's call her right now and see if she's
These lights
lucid.
are doing nothing.
See, those lights are doing
Madison
nothing.
Star Moon lucid.
No, she went and saw her pain doctor the other day. That's why you got that video.
Sparkle's theory is as plausible as anything else.
Is she a white lady?
Madison Star Moon?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh,
she's
yeah,
on
yeah.
pills.
She's from Virginia Beach.
Yeah, she's on a lot of pills. She's on opioids, and sometimes she does meth to help keep her awake to go to her kids' soccer practice.
All right, well, that was pretty riveting, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
As every Amanda video is.
Actually,
Is that her face?
Washington, D.C. is calling me on the other line. I got to go. Thank you, ma'am.
She has to go. Washington, D.C.'s calling her.
One of the best clips I ever got.
So we're going to move on over to the website Rumble. And
How would you describe Rumble?
it's like
Dave?
everybody that's been kicked off of YouTube.
So I put my content everywhere because wherever the stupid right wingers are, I'm gonna make sure they know who I am. I get no views on Rumble. I actually get more views on BitChute than I get on YouTube.
Rumble is like shouting into the derp void.
I don't feel like anybody's on Rumble.
This lady is.
She got 464 views on this video. If you don't know who Michelle Titler is, you're in for a treat. She's fucking wild. She thinks the aliens like download information into her brain about QAnon and shit. She's out there.
I do not know who she is.
She thinks someone named Oritic is actually JFK Jr. or Ivanka Trump. And I think she's a true believer. So here's Michelle Ann Titler. She's crazy.
Did you say Titler?
Yes.
Yes.
Spelled the way I think it's spelled.
Yes.
Let's take a moment.
I love her already.
To appreciate the genius that is Amazing Polly. If you're not following Amazing Polly, you don't know anything.
I don't know anything then.
Is touting Natalie Winters as one of the greatest investigative journalists going right now, and it's difficult to dispute that, and who would? Why would you? She's fantastic, and we love her. Amazing Polly.
Who's Natalie Winters?
Polly.
Fuck, I don't know who any of these people are.
Truly amazing. This is for you. I thank you from the.
I feel like I know that name though.
All the comments of people that thank you underneath your videos. You have
maybe it's just the Winters part.
Successful, shall we say? Intense and successful at unraveling the mind game of the Illuminati, the deep state, the lockdown.
Looks like she's on Steve Bannon's show.
Entire game. The fake
Makes
news.
sense.
You've been
The pandemic war room.
You've done it all by yourself. Like, I followed Cabamer and I got tons of information from so many other people. I know you did too, just by listening and following leads, but you're one of the greatest researchers in the world. There's George Webb, you, Natalie Winters.
Why don't you tell them to go find out what the true origin of
I know that there are
the
others.
coronavirus is?
And I'm not mentioning here at this moment, like John.
I didn't put any lab leak shit on the fucking docket.
Really, really delving as deep. I mean, you go deep, girl.
You're welcome.
You go down the rabbit hole, and I'm really
I asked a friend with a medical background, and she laughed at the idea.
You are one of the most intelligent people.
I don't know enough to talk about it intelligently, and I admit that.
Like, you are dauntingly intelligent. You're right up there in the top one.
Oh, here's how it goes on the lab leak hypothesis. Here's how it is. You don't examine like the claim itself. You examine the way the claim is being put out there, right? And the claim is being put out there much closer to the way the chemtrails claim gets put out there than the way that people explain to you how the earth is round. So you assume that it's much more like the chemtrails thing just because of the way that it's being like presented to people or whatever. I don't know. I ain't no medical expert, but I know what the fuck a conspiracy theory looks like.
Well, the right-wingers have moved into like, it was true, Trump was right all along, and I think they're idiots.
We're fucked.
1% of you're absolutely amazingly brilliant, Polly. And we couldn't be luckier than to have you in Q Army. And I hope that
in the Q Army,
in War Room, they should be talking.
Digital soldiers.
Your research is impeccable, and you prove it all.
Much easier to transport than real soldiers.
I played my role, and you actually blocked me on Twitter, I think even twice, because I'm doing disclosure, right? And in the early days, you didn't want to do the whole Q is the Galactic Federation of Light, but he is. He's the higher Palladian soul of Jonathan.
No, he's some fucking weirdo on 8chan.
My ET transmissions.
Galactic Federation of Life, is that what she said?
Oh yeah. You don't understand. This lady's fucking way out there. She thinks she's getting information from the aliens about Q.
Dead serious.
Wait, so does she believe Q is an alien?
Ortic.
That's an alien name.
I love Justin's confused face.
You know, like Jacob from the Trailer Park Boys, alien.
Need to see those ET transmissions.
Well, this seems like the start of some like religion. This is like this is how Scientology got started, wasn't it?
So damn hard.
No.
There's nobody out there who deserves
You need to listen to that fucking Behind the Bastards episode on L. Ron Hubbard.
Than you.
Oh, I have, but I meant like, an alien.
I don't know how many accolades we could give this
coming to Earth or some shit.
I think the alien came later.
She needs
after we had the cult members.
Give him something to believe in.
And, I hope she gets a paying gig in the new news because she should. And Ben and Warren, you guys should be looking into Polly. I don't know her last name.
You said you got an OnlyFans?
But all you have to do is look up Amazing Polly, and she more than lives up the name. Lives up to the name.
Making money.
We need a new word from Polly. She's like supernatural Polly. Like it doesn't really get that much smarter than Polly.
So why is she making a video about how much she likes somebody else's videos?
Notice me, senpai.
Yo, check this out. She also mentioned that lady blocked her.
She did.
This lady's best videos were when she went on Gab and she threw a fit on her stream about all the Nazis there. I'm like, well, you're batshit as hell, but you know what Gab is.
But I'm not on Gab. Should I go to Gab?
I don't this lady went on there and got kicked off for bitching about all the Nazis there, so I don't know.
Well, I just go and throw my content up and let them deal with it.
I don't know. Is your home address available anywhere? If so, don't put your shit on Gab.
I'm protected. I mean, as much shit as I talk. You think I'm not behind a VPN and shit over here?
She's daunting. Like, I'm smart, but she's a genius.
She's smart enough to block your crazy ass.
She does that label quite easily.
Thank you, Mergen.
Anyway, I love you, sweetie. You have just been absolutely daunting, unflappable. You've worked your ass off, and you have been absolutely amazing at delivering every single time and getting better and better and better at it. And you're so close now to the final truth.
Countdown.
You might as well just
form
and have a drink. Because you're a star. You're a shining star.
I feel sorry for this lady because she has this crazy stalker.
Even though I'm not on Twitter and you're not.
You feel sorry for Polly.
Somewhere.
That bitch won't leave her alone.
If you're not following,
I know what it's like.
It'd be hard to catch up. But just all you gotta do.
You're the stalker though in those situations.
She's doing Fauci.
Right, that requires effort.
Too, but kind of in a different. Polly really tackles the mind game. That's
okay. You don't consider it stalking because for some reason you guys had a weird fucking connection. Now you're friends. I don't want to just out somebody on.
She's just got her.
Was it? I don't even remember Belinka or whatever.
I know she's my best friend.
I know you guys became best friends. You were stalking her.
Yeah, because she's beautiful. Made her my friend.
That's what I'm saying.
Name somebody else I did that to. Anybody else?
You really are amazing.
I don't know. I just assumed it had occurred.
I'm gonna send this to her now. Just let her know how much I love her.
So that was Ortic.
That was an homage video to Ortic another mega brain that was smart enough to block the smaller mega brain.
Did you guys make up that word, or does she say that word?
She says that word.
That's what she says late at night.
I mean, here. Let's see. Let's take a look.
You gotta find a video with the Ortic in it.
Here we go. How do I?
Oh no! You pulled up Kirk Cameron. I was excited for Kirk Cameron.
Well, that's weird. All right.
You don't think he's cute?
Oh, I mean, I'm not even going to say anything. You know why? Because there's a clip on my channel that's called "Oh No, Dave. Oh no, oh no." And if you ever get a chance to go look at that clip, you should go get a look at that clip because the fucking title. It's not problematic insofar as possibly causing any problems for me in the future, but yeah.
I find his features sharp, and I don't enjoy sharp.
All right, so here's Kirk Cameron. He's about to reveal how we're going to rescue America.
I've been looking forward to this one. I'm really happy to.
You had to start off with Dinesh D'Souza before we got to the Kirk Cameron.
Kirk Cameron on the program. Kirk, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for joining me. it's kind of funny.
It's a double shot at dumb.
Sitting in some sort of a fireplace or a campfire pit. Where are you sitting?
Are you in a campground? Are you poor?
Yeah, but I'm actually just in my backyard, and yeah, I've got a fire pit in my backyard and an American flag, and
those things are cut off by his overlay, Kirk. Like not knowing not knowing that your overlay cuts off things so your audience can't see them, and then referring to them in your description of what's being displayed on the screen is like a pretty big rookie move there, Dinesh. Pretty big.
That's exactly what he. That's exactly what he did. He had the raw feed, and like he didn't know it was cut off. Like he's just looking at the raw camera.
Maybe is it his first day on the job?
Is that a poster for Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter behind him?
It says death. I can't really read anything else.
It is.
This is where
do you know who Dinesh D'Souza is? Sparkles.
Who?
Dinesh D'Souza.
No.
You don't know? Okay, he's had.
Also, remember I'm Southern, so you might be saying it different than what I've been hearing.
Okay, he's had two famous girlfriends, Laura Ingraham. And Ann Coulter.
He has a type.
He's
strike out. Yeah, dude. What's he gonna go for? Fucking oh god, what's her name?
He's the one that makes those movies. Like he started with like Obama, like The Death of America or something. Like it had like a really weird cover. Do you remember the name of it, Dave?
Obama's America 2016.
So yeah, he had all these like fear-mongering movies. I think he's done some time too for election fraud. Yeah, he was funneling money through one of his girlfriends. I don't think it was Ann Coulter. I think he was cheating on the girlfriend with Ann Coulter at the time. But he was funneling money through her.
Imagine that.
I heard a rumor that Ann Coulter tried to burn his house down. I don't know if that's true or not.
Imagine being Bill Maher and knowing you've been to the same place as Dinesh D'Souza.
A fucking Maher's a sellout. He's probably friends with D'Souza. D'Souza has to be full of shit, right? Like he can't really be like that.
I don't know. But as I was told once in a song by a lady named Little Spiral, if there weren't a sellouts, there'd be no pop culture.
Well, that's true. Now, Kirk Cameron, he is genuine. He believes the bullshit he's spewing.
True believer.
100 days live with tens of thousands of people for something called the American Campfire Revival. And I'm hoping to call people back to the original American covenant. Those
slavery?
Those unknown.
I was just gonna say that's a very witchcrafty word to use in a fucking Christian context.
Some fires and covenants.
The last time we were together, this was now, I think, right before the election, if I'm not mistaken, in California, and one of those.
You're probably mistaken.
I think he's saying he wants to burn the witches.
Stage, and then you said, and now to do our concluding prayer.
Do they float?
I'm going to call upon Dinesh, which totally took me kind of by surprise. Why did you ask? Why did you choose me to do that? And
funny.
I've never been asked to do something like that before.
You know, good question. And I'm, first of all,
because he as well has a gullible audience and he thinks there could be good crossover.
We've admired you. We admire your intellect. We admire your honesty. And what many people, I think, are not as familiar with is what a deep man of faith you are and the beautiful way in which I've heard you express it. And so while people are used to hearing pastors.
Oh, yeah. He used to call Obama like a philanderer or something like that.
And that would have been appropriate.
He was one of the Barry Soetoro guys, wasn't he? Remember,
yes,
like his real name is Barry Soetoro. And I'm like, that sounds less fearmonger Muslim-y. What are you doing? Why are you, wait, what? I thought you were trying to fearmonger about him being a Muslim. Barry Soetoro doesn't sound like a Muslim name you could fearmonger about.
Right.
It's a right winger. They don't have to make sense.
Refreshing to hear you speak in a category, in a lane that not as many people are familiar with. And I'll tell you what, the pastors in the room all went, "Whoa, my goodness!" Well,
all the white pastors are like, "Why is that Muslim guy speaking?"
Oh,
I don't think that's what all the white pastors in the room did.
Well, I was very honored and moved to be able to do that. Let's talk about the covenant that you mentioned, where 100
is he Muslim? I thought he was Indian.
Administration.
Well, no, I mean, come on. Again, we're talking about the audience at a Kirk Cameron event. Talking about their interpretation, not like the real.
Oh, okay. I'm their projection.
You see this administration as sort of violating some.
And to correct myself, there are Muslim Indians. That's true.
By the idea of covenant, it's obviously a biblical or scriptural term. Are you talking about just a covenant with God, or also a mutual covenant?
The Covenant is one of my favorite electronic goth bands. They did this song called Dead Stars that is so good.
I have that song. I fucking love that song.
You know how you can make Star real mad, go into her fucking channel and just start yelling Dead Stars at her like you yell Huxtable at the Rebels camp?
I did that once.
Okay, can we talk about the fact that Winch is smoking a rainbow joint right now?
Fuck yeah.
That is badass.
It's almost Pride Month, suckers.
It's almost Pride Month. Don't go on Twitter and even look up Pride on Twitter. There's a discussion happening on Twitter right now that is disgusting about Pride.
I know that.
You had to bring that up on my birthday. I can't even go on Twitter. They don't allow me on there.
Just make a new account. As long as emails are free.
They ban it.
We don't use it in our lexicons today.
How about I make one for you?
The Abrahamic covenant, or we think of the covenant.
I don't know how they did it. I used my VPN to act like I was over in Europe, and they still banned me.
I mean, I have 3 accounts.
God or with one another, we can talk in.
They hate
the
me.
Marriage covenant, that sacred promise, or the family covenant, where we covenant to raise and train up our children. We also have church covenants and civil.
Oh, when they say raise and train up a child, they mean abuse.
Indoctrinate.
No, they literally, like, raising up your child means like using physical abuse to make your child obedient.
Yeah,
that's what to raise up a child means in these Christian, like highly Christian circles, like in like his brand of Christianity. He may not even know what the fuck he's talking about. That's a good screenshot, by the way. We're gonna take a screenshot.
It is.
Take a screenshot. There you go.
With my randomly placed flag that nobody would ever put there. Is it just flapping somebody's face?
Kept at all costs.
Yeah, nobody would put a flag on that chair like that.
Why?
It's just for the shot.
Nature of sacred obligation.
Also, you need to let me do a music video for your song.
That was absolutely necessary for a free society to flourish. And so what I've been doing is learning about this. I need to be a student who doesn't think he knows everything, who's not just going to turn on Fox News or CNN and get all my information.
Hold on, Producer Dave. Well, would you please say what that said?
It's my bio on Plenty of Fish. It says, I enjoy sitting at home and not waving an American flag around.
Seemed poignant for the moment.
People that actually built this place, and what you'll find is that faith and morality, character, virtue, self-government is absolutely essential. If we don't do the right thing from the heart because we want to, and we love our neighbor as ourselves, and we honor God with all of our heart, this whole freedom experiment's not going to work, because people are going to just do the wrong thing and take advantage. So I've been calling people to pledge to renew what I'm calling the original American covenant.
How much do you think
Did
it is to have him
all
send?
people are evil?
He just pulled that just out of nowhere. It materialized.
How much do you think it is to have him send you one?
$500.
I'm going to send him the 7 tenets.
Yes.
Free.
Yep.
This is something that I made up, and tens of thousands of people.
Something that I made up. Stop it.
Isn't that the lyrics to Glory to Gorzo? It's just some shit we made up.
Those essential principles so that we can leave some freedom and prosperity for our children and our children's children.
Now, isn't the idea of covenant, in a sense, dependent upon two people who presumably are people of honor, because when you make a pact like this, it's sort of a sacred pact, right?
Like two people of honor, unlike...
Is it a blood oath?
Two people of honor,
Are we
unlike
going to
the
get
people...
daggers?
Two people of honor, unlike the people in this video.
Now, I have a soft spot for
the idea
Kirk Cameron,
Martin Luther King
mainly because I like
used the phrase
Candace
the beloved
Cameron.
Community. So the idea of a covenant is to create a community. And my
I had a
question
crush
is,
on her
is it
growing
the
up.
case
I'm
that
sorry.
In the environment we're in today, the politics of division, people are being thrown off digital platforms, people are being fired for saying the wrong thing at their jobs. It seems
Stand
like
up
we
for
are very
me,
far
Dinesh.
away
Stand
even
up for
from the
me.
idea of being a community, let alone creating any kind of covenants. It almost seems like we have to be on our guard because the other side is sort of out to get us.
Oh,
Just do your fucking job, and then you don't have to worry about getting fired.
You're saying the very thing that all of us know in our hearts is true. We see it with our eyes. We don't have to just believe a report about this. We're watching it in our own families. We're watching family members cancel one another. We're seeing relationships being split apart over
Act right. Don't get canceled.
Yo, if this guy was in my family, I'd be like, yo, mom. There's no event. There's no party this weekend, right? At least Kirk doesn't think there's one. She'd be like, yeah, there's no party this weekend. I'll see you Saturday.
Somebody say party? Party this weekend. It's my party.
Propaganda machines. And we, you know, it seems like we're being told more and more not to think for ourselves, but just to believe the narratives that other people give to us. And so this idea of getting back to the one true source of information and fact, and the one lens through which we can look and see the truth from the lies, and that is the truth of God and the truth of His Word. This is the very essential ingredient for making
the truth of the bullshit that Kirk made up
in my own heart, right? I've learned from my forefathers and foremothers in this country that the solution is an inside-out solution. It's not coming as a solution on Air Force One, whether it's Trump or Biden or whoever the next guy is. It's coming from the power of God first working in my heart and yours, and then it begins to gradually work its way out, kind of like the way leaven works.
Do you have God in your heart?
A whole lump of dough.
No, my heart's exclusive. It's for me.
The goodness of God changes my marriage, and then my marriage can change the environment of my home, and now we can begin to heavenize our communities and our nation and the whole world. That's the key, inside out. And that starts with covenanting with God and with one another. So
curious, or you don't have a crush on him anymore?
That's actually very touching, and I agree with everything you said. But it seems to me that
I wouldn't kick him out of bed.
Of the strategy that's being deployed against us. In other words, the strategy being deployed against us
I'd charge him.
Top down. It's very powerful people in government, in the FBI, in the media, in the digital media, coordinating their efforts. So what makes you confident that a sort of bottom-up revival that is sort of one by one from the inside out, as you describe it, how is that going to
bottom-up revival, you say?
Top-down monopoly that is trying to impose itself on us from above?
Well, the reason that
the way they describe it, they really want a daddy, don't they? Like a daddy dom.
Some people are more bottom than others.
People. It's not the masses, it's the few, it's the faithful, often persecuted, usually
Just put #bottom life at the bottom of the screen.
Catch the attention of God, who then moves on their behalf and turns the tide. That was the case in nations all over the world, all throughout history. And in fact, it's been the case here in this nation. And we've seen a great awakening. We've seen a couple of great awakenings. And that's what I'm praying for, is revival.
It is like, that's it. An untapped kink fountain, like Curiouser said. No. Like, he's got repression. That's what causes this shit.
Goes from being in a sitcom in the 80s
to just being like a youth pastor on like the internet. That's all he does.
The world has changed, and I don't know if it's for the better.
I think so.
I used to be an idiot.
I'm mad shit didn't end. I'm still mad I have to go to work every day.
Yeah,
I
serious.
almost had to clean 18 toilets before I came here, but my son only made me do one floor, and he did the other 2 for me so I could come here.
Aww,
well, thank you, David. I appreciate that.
Because I have to work my job with a college degree, and I have to clean toilets, and I have to do some other stuff, and I have an OnlyFans. And if you want your house cleaned or something else, just holler.
In strategy,
and you make edibles.
Apart from
whatever you need.
Revival. That is life flowing back into the hearts of individuals.
I think you should tell jokes on camera, and
heaven when we turn
everything else will take off, and you won't have to clean toilets anymore.
There's no money in funny.
Purchase our freedom.
Imagine pushing a stream to OnlyFans.
We come back in a moment with Kirk. We're going to talk more about this issue of revival in America. Also, want
They'll be right back with Kirk Cameron, but we're not watching any more segments of that shit.
No, I'm good.
It was good to check in on him, though. But really, it's repression. That's what causes all that shit.
All right, let's see what we got here.
He is like begging for an authoritarian political figure or some sort of authoritarian religious figure, or both,
to squish him so he can lick his boot.
Yeah, just because he's too big of a wuss to let somebody step on his balls. That's all it is.
Those belong to God, sir.
Well, this is
I mean, I'll
from
do
just
it
a
in
few.
my platform Crocs.
This is from just a few days ago. Here's a fake Dr. Rand Paul going to go after real Dr. Fauci about COVID guidance.
Paul.
COVID guidance for the 4th of July.
I am not high enough for this shit.
Thank you.
I'm not high enough for this shit.
Thanks, David. There's really exciting news out of Washington, and you may not have heard this, but coming up on July 4th, 3 people can get together inside without a mask if they've been vaccinated. Do you think we should send President
I can
Biden
smoke
a
indoors
picture of
now.
our
The
lunch
CDC
today?
said I could smoke indoors.
When could we not smoke indoors?
I have a secret about vaping, but I can't say it here because I don't know if I'll get arrested by the FBI.
From the president. You see, the president has sort of a different understanding of the contagion.
You got some flavored vapes?
Dr. Fauci has told him you can catch this thing through the webcam. So you've seen when President Biden does a web interview, a Zoom call, he carefully puts his mask on. So I'm just saying.
No, he is wanting to set an example for America.
But I don't mean to make light.
It has nothing to do with he thinks he's going to catch COVID through the camera. God damn, Rand Paul.
Sir,
right wingers are morons.
Sir, you just don't understand comedy.
I think he's drunk.
Zing.
Me or Rand Paul?
You? Can you stand up?
Yes, I can stand
Can you
up.
like walk around?
Tell
Okay?
people the honest to God truth, shouldn't we? Shouldn't we just be honest with people? This is a very deadly disease for older folks and not so much for younger folks. It's also a pretty deadly, significant disease for those who are overweight. So instead of them telling us all this stuff and saying everybody's the same, be honest with us. I think people get it. I think the people are way smarter than their government. Have you noticed the statistics? 85% of those over 65.
Well, I mean, you're the government. I'm way smarter than you.
But when you
That's for sure.
19-year-old, they need it as much as an 85-year-old. The 19-year-old goes, well, the death rate's about 1 in a million for me. It's less deadly than the seasonal flu. Why don't you be honest with me?
What are they going to do when my fat ass dies? Who's going to do all this labor?
Yo, at the risk of like saying something that everybody should know, just because the 19-year-old doesn't die doesn't mean that they can't give it to a fucking 80-year-old.
Yeah.
Or have long-term consequences because of it. The long COVID, they're calling it.
Long haulers, yeah.
I mean, am I researching for myself?
Obviously.
Tell me what the risks are of the vaccine versus the disease for me, and let's be honest. They're very tiny for both, for young people. So the thing is if we're honest with people, we might have a better chance. The governor,
when he says tiny, he means the fatality rate. He's not talking about everything else associated with
when 2.5 million people are
treatment of the disease.
There's no science behind this.
Maybe it will make them all sterile, and then
saying this.
Yeah, it's making people sterile. That's one of the side effects.
The legislature came back in January, and in a unified
side effect's not the right word, is it?
said to the governor, guess what?
Feature, not a bug.
The pro column.
And when the time expires, the legislature has to have some input. This is the most common sense thing I can imagine. It's one of the most necessary things. It is what keeps the governor from being an autocrat. And I don't say that and use that term loosely. Without checks and balances, if people in government think they can do whatever they want,
I say it completely out of context.
Legislative branch, we would have tyranny. This is just amazing that he could think this. So what did the governor do? They came back in session, limited his emergency powers, the powers they had granted to him in the 1990s. They amended their own legislation. And so what did the governor do? He sued them. The governor's suing the state legislature, and here's his argument. He found a liberal judge in Frankfurt to uphold him initially. It's going to go before the Supreme Court. But his argument is this: I am the governor of Kentucky, and I have inherent powers. These are
That is not what Governor Beshear said at all.
Whatever I want.
Governor Beshear is incredibly popular, by the way. That's my home state.
Powers during the time of a public health crisis.
Well, we know Rand Paul's an idiot.
Can you imagine?
Rand Paul.
They just make shit up.
Hey, hold on. I've got a question, guys. What has Rand Paul came out with his position on the January 6th commission?
Oh, he's probably against
it. For it.
He has no idea what you're talking about.
Rand Paul or producer Dave?
He doesn't even understand that nothing happened on that date. Remember?
Oh, Rand Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing happened. What are you talking about?
There was a peaceful protest.
Whether you could open a doctor's office, whether you could travel, whether you could go to church,
got rowdy,
whether you could go to a church school. And the thing is, some advice is good. Some of the advice I even...
That's what, like, he took the right position after the attack. That's what I thought.
Should you go to church if you're 85 years old and sit in an enclosed area for 2 hours? My personal advice...
Like, he was appalled by it.
But I would have never mandated that you...
But I don't know that if he's for the commission or not.
Each individual assesses their risk and makes their decisions. You take a risk every day. You're going to take a risk getting in your car.
My worst nightmare is being 85 in a nursing home and then forcing church on me.
Cars kill way more people than this. The influenza...
Does that happen?
More people
in the homes.
Those under 25 than this disease does. Should we have mandates on people every year for the influenza? The question is, are we going to be a free society or not? This question is going before the court. This will be the most important case before the Kentucky Supreme Court in my lifetime.
Where's your bill to repeal seatbelt laws, Rand?
And I'd be interested to see what the legislators say about it.
Where's your bill to repeal smoking cigarettes indoors, Rand?
To give the governor carte blanche power during this. But the thing is they've amended their own statute. Are we going to say that the state legislature cannot amend one of their statutes to limit the governor's powers? Imagine how this could even get worse over time.
Why does everybody need so much damn power?
They rebuked him on schools. They rebuked him on travel. They rebuked him on church attendance. They were sending the police to church. What world do we live in where the police are recording your license plates at church?
So Paul took like a center of the road kind of position.
I don't think they addressed it this
He
time,
says
but
the
I hope they
Democrats
will.
are making too much of it. He wants the criminal
checks and
justice system to run the course.
Cannot call themselves back in.
So I'm guessing he's against the commission.
From March to January, he basically was king. Even if the legislature wanted to stop him, and they did, wanted to regulate his power, wanted to limit his power, they couldn't call themselves back in session. So I, for one, think we ought to change our Constitution, let the legislature have the power. I don't want them all the time.
I'm vaccinated. I can spit in your mouth.
I think otherwise we'll have long periods of time where the governor just does what he wants. And look,
It'll make your vaccine more effective.
Republican governor, I'd be saying the same.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna let you do that. You just came back from a trip. You might have some like mutant virus.
Vision of
I got Nollins.
power is a corrupting influence.
Speaking of which, I'm just a couple of days away from number 2.
And adversity, but if you want to truly challenge,
Media Winch is freshly number 2. How's your arm feeling today?
use power, how many people will?
Yeah, it still feels like it was kicked by a horse.
Power.
Your arm hurt?
Good news and bad
I
news
cried for my great grandmother.
Good news.
I was
is
in bed for 2
you're no
days, then I
longer going to be
cried.
sending stimulus
I wasn't
checks
emotionally
today.
ready. My body hurt.
Was it your arm, or you hurt all over?
I think I really had COVID that time, even though I turned up negative 3 times. I was very, very sick, and I shitted myself on more than one occasion.
Wasn't a small
And I
error,
cried, and I threw up water. And I was like that for 3 weeks. I forgot to pay bills because I didn't know where I was or what I was doing. I cried on the floor a lot. So I think when I got the shot, that's why I had such a bad reaction, because I think I really had it.
They are saying people that have had it and then get the shot, they have a bad reaction.
My boss would take his mask and lift it up and spit into a cup. And I think, and he got it, and then I think he gave it to me that way from spitting. But you know, back when they had the Spanish flu, that was highly illegal. And you could be arrested for spitting in public.
And the other one, 1874.
That makes sense, but we did not have good leadership during the start of the pandemic.
But what do I know? I'm just some idiot that cleans toilets.
The bad news is it's going to take them 3 years to figure out how to do it.
She says that, but she runs that building. Well, not that building, but that.
So when people say there's no
particular institution inside that building,
it's a fucking institution.
Nothing like that. Don't believe them. I'll give you an example. In the recent infrastructure package, they're calling reparations infrastructure. They're calling free free college, free child care.
Reparations.
They're calling free health care. They're talking
That's the R word.
Infrastructure. I thought roads and bridges.
We should do something to level the playing field.
Republicans and Democrats could come together to support.
I agree. Let's level the playing field.
Real infrastructure.
Your version of leveling the playing field is learning how to make Molotov.
Defunding the police.
I want a morning star for the end of my braid.
Free this, free that is not infrastructure. There's $100 billion in there for something called the National Science Foundation. And you might say, well, you know, the government can make all little science and research. How bad can
every single thing that they always take issue with, like these studies that Republicans like to bring up that sound absurd, every time I've looked into one of them, it's been like perfectly plausible. Like, oh yeah, like it's something's effect on the local ecosystem. Blah blah blah. Like it's always something like very useful when you actually look into
it. The National
it.
Science Foundation last year had a $500,000 project to see if you take a selfie of yourself smiling, whether or not that will make you happy if you look at it later in the day. See, this is the kind of craziness. Autism. You say, well, you know, I have a child or a granddaughter with autism. Maybe government could study autism. Well, one of the autism grants,
because like the thing about looking at your picture, that's probably something that they did to measure something, and what the study that was involved with made perfect fucking sense. He's making it out to be something that it wasn't.
Did he say one small step for man?
I'm telling you, Rand Paul is dishonest, but like you guys knew that, right?
I'm not kidding you. The researchers got 700,000.
Well, I don't think we can fucking watch even another minute more of that.
My mother was concerned for my safety.
Because of Rand Paul?
No, because, you know, normally I clean late in the evenings and I walk through a lot of dark parking lots and I hadn't texted her yet.
Oh, okay.
Well,
oh, God, we got more Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, this is on Steve Bannon's War Room. She's going to talk about the GOP needs action, not the party of talking on Fox News. That's because even Fox News won't have this lady on.
Now, I will say somebody in my chat has said that if I'm going to play right-wingers, I should play more Steve Bannon.
Shell for the American people. You see her voice. You look at those bills she's put up. We've had her on here. Just go read them. Don't take Steve Bannon's word for it, and don't take Congressman Green's word for it. Just read, compare that, and go back and compare her strategy of putting it all on the record. This is what the framers had in mind. This is what the custom and tradition of the House is. It's supposed to run a little hotter. This is what the framers knew. That's why it's reelected every year. That's supposed to be the closest to the people. That's why appropriations is there. That's where the investigation's there. That's where taxes come from. Why?
Because Steve Bannon's still free on bond, right?
It's the Senate, which is really
I don't know.
The Human Resources Department.
So is my ex-husband.
The heavy lifting supposed.
My ex-husband was recently indicted as well.
To be in opposition. You don't roll over just because you're we can do the math. You understand they got more votes. We got that.
But what's his legal stat? Like he's he's either a convicted felon or getting ready to be a convicted felon, right?
Have the courage.
You're asking the wrong person.
About you on CNN. You're not going to
I bet they have to get an extender for his ankle monitor.
You, and then you're going to. They're trying to destroy you. Marjorie,
yeah, he's a different rabbit hole.
Problem for the Republican establishment.
Big ankles.
That's made their bed in the city. Okay.
I mean, he's doing what we're doing. He's just like in his house.
McCarthy is weak.
He's on the toilet right now.
Okay, let me repeat it. He's gutless. He's also a moron and an airhead, but I'll leave that aside. He's gutless.
Well, right-wingers are morons.
Get rid of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Write that down. And let me tell you something, Minority Leader. It ain't going to happen.
See, Steve Bannon even agreed with me.
Throw Mike Lindell out of the Republican governor's thing, and you've just hit a hornet's nest, and you've hit a hornet's nest here. I want to go back. If we had done that bill that you put in about the Palestinian Authority to support the nation of Israel and the Jewish people and the American...
I do kind of like that he mostly hasn't let her talk yet. That's almost relieving.
Got Tony Blinken over there throwing cash at the...
I want to talk more about these hornet nests.
Actually made sure...
Are they murder hornet nests?
If it goes at all from
Can we all hit them?
Taxpayers, that is not going to a terrorist organization that's no moral equivalent.
I think we can charge $5 for a swing.
I'm scared of hornets.
People, is that correct, Congressman Green?
That is correct. That is correct. We would stop all funding to the Palestinian Authority that gives their money or our money to Hamas. And, you know, it would be great if the leadership in the GOP, you know, they always talk about helping freshman members of Congress.
Do we give money to Hamas?
Well, you would think
I love hummus.
Be a great bill for the leadership.
It's really fucking good.
Just you were there for hummus.
I think this is one that we could even get Democrats on board with it, because there's actually Democrat members of Congress that are against terrorism and against any American tax dollars helping fund terrorism. So this is a great bill that I would think that leadership in the GOP
but we give almost $4 billion to Israel as well.
Freshman member of Congress get a bill passed, right? But no one's paid attention to it. They've just been busy aligning themselves with the woke media mob that is just yelling and yelling, trying to say what a terrible person Marjorie Taylor Greene is. And then, unfortunately, they react and cave.
I ain't said nothing. I've been working too much.
Instead of virtue,
I ain't yelled at her, not once.
At all as you go after.
She's the one that yells at people. She went after David Hogg.
I go to work, I come home. I don't know what she's talking about.
She's the one that accosted AOC.
Speaking out against
my Twitter is my one-liners. That's it. I don't know what she's talking about.
Cori Bush had to
most Republicans
move her office away from her because of her staff.
Together on it. Unfortunately, I just don't get a lot a communication from leadership in the GOP, which I have.
They don't want to talk to you.
I've voiced my concerns about that. Being a business owner, I think communication is extremely
Can you
important,
blame them?
especially if you want to accomplish anything. Right now, we have the thinnest minority that the Republicans have had in the House in over 100 years. And this is a time.
Are they the thinnest? Really?
Is really important.
Can we line them up?
It's about messaging, like Frank Luntz wants to give the wrong message.
I'm not going to lie. I'm worried about 2022. I really am.
And that's why action on the House.
The more that Trump sticks his nose in it, the better it is for Democrats. It energizes Democrats.
But several other members in the Freedom Caucus.
I want my pony, and I want my teeth police.
In the House Freedom
Caucus. I'll vote for Vermin any day.
Team where we have been out there forcing Congress on record and slowing down, putting sand in the gears and stopping everything that the Democrat agenda is trying to do. And we push that to happen. I pushed that to happen, being the first one to go for it. And then I'm so thankful for the House Freedom Caucus that jumped in there and was all about it. And, you know, we have to change the method that we're using. The Republicans need to stop being the party of talking on Fox News and needs to be the party of action, which gets rid of this massive near $30 trillion debt, which becomes the party of action. That
all they got is Fox News. Fox News is the most effective tool they have.
Is she just mad that they don't put her on anymore?
Yeah.
It looks like she's at her dentist office.
Waiting room.
To secure our
was this earlier today?
Republican Party.
I don't remember the
party
date.
Of law
Hold on.
enforcement. And stop the
26th yesterday.
On law enforcement in this country, wherein the Democrat Party is attacking the military and turning them into the woke, soft.
Well, this is probably her actual house, so is it any wonder that it is completely pearly white?
And bland.
Law enforcement in this country, wherein the Democrat Party is attacking the military and turning them into the woke, soft, squishy, gushy military, which is.
What?
She is in a clinic, and any minute somebody with scrubs is going to come out of that door. I'm 100% certain that these are facts.
But like what she's talking about is one commercial they did. Like it was like a young lady talking about like her dream of being in the military or some shit.
You're actually, it was the CIA, and I was we did a clip of Dave Rubin talking about it, and he's sitting there like taking what the CIA is telling you in their commercial at face value, as if that's what the CIA does, is gives you information that you can just take at face value, right? So we don't know what that commercial was about. We don't know what it was for. We don't know if they were trying to because this whole thing about everybody being woke, maybe they were trying to trick the enemy or whatever into thinking we're too woke to fucking America anymore. I mean, who fucking knows? Like the idea that you take what the CIA puts out there, the idea that you take what the CIA puts out there at face value is absurd.
Because you automatically assume it's subversive.
Yes, they're spies, actually.
Really?
Well, right-wingers are morons, so.
Yeah.
Which it's never meant to be. The Republican Party needs to be the party of action that makes America a strong America with a strong military and strong law enforcement that is supported and not
the Capitol
put
Police
down and beat up and talked bad about. You know, we're the Americans are the country where we created equality through the civil rights movement. We got rid of racism. We fought against it.
I am a real American.
Party needs to stand up against racism.
You said that we got rid of racism?
Preached from the Democrats through the media. We need to stand up against the critical race theory, and we need to stand up against the constant, nonstop rhetoric of racism and the constant throwing of the race card by the Democrats all the time.
Like she's from Georgia.
Not the party of talking.
Like she knows racism.
Real quickly, how do people get to the rally? We've got about 30 seconds. Just give us the information.
Okay. You go
through the field.
Convention
you find the sign. You'll see something burning. It's going to look like a T, and then you go to the layup. And that's where we'll be at the rally.
Dalton, Georgia.
In Dalton, Georgia.
Sign up. You got to sign up.
Next to Old Clayton's field out there, you'll see a cow and a goat.
Green with an E, the end.com. Go to rallies.
She's talking about the rally. She's talking about the rally we were just watching, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Sparkles was telling you had to get to the rally after.
That's the exact rally. Nothing changes. The venue is the same. The spaghetti dinner was for both events. Both events.
Well, everybody.
There isn't a second spaghetti dinner.
Everybody, we've earned a very short cat video.
Damn right.
Whoa.
They're talking to us.
That's a bird call. That's how they call the bird and hypnotize them, according to my memo. When they do that clicky shit in the yard and they'll get down.
I thought that's when they're talking to each other.
That's so cute.
Figured we needed that.
Fucking cute.
It was a very good palate cleanser.
Here, we'll do I found this guy recently. I've been doing him during the conspiracy docket late at night. Just look at look at this.
Now, is he going to come into the shot and do like a really cool intro?
I have no idea, but this is somebody I found on Facebook. If you could imagine, I found something insane on Facebook. It's Christopher Key, and he's going to talk about being denied medical care because he wouldn't wear a mask at the fucking doctor's office.
Well, he sounds like somebody we could win over to our cause. Medicare for all.
Okay, guys. I want it.
Is that an e-meter next to him?
It wasn't very showy at all.
What is this device next to him? Is he like, look, I'm a scientist. I have a science machine next to me.
Is it a seismograph?
Oscilloscope, maybe?
No, blood pressure machine he stole from CVS.
Isn't it that thing in Scientology that gives you the audit to measure for your thetans?
Is there an e-meter? No, there's no knob.
Well, there are a few, but there's no big one. There's probably like more than $6 worth of old electronics in that thing too.
It's also a fax machine.
The lie detector.
Real quick, so many people on Facebook and Instagram are talking about their medical procedures they're having by saying they've gotten this wonderful, fabulous thing that they call an experimental.
Does this guy have a heat lamp? Does this guy have a heat lamp next to him?
I was literally just going to say, what is that, a Himalayan salt lick?
He's sitting on a heat rock right now.
Watching Justin just now try to say something and then just being like, nope. nope.
It's a Himalayan salt lick.
I have multiple questions and I don't know which one to ask first.
I thought that this was a much tighter shot whenever you started it, and those signs are huge.
By
Yes,
the lamp.
the
What are
bottles,
two bottles
the
by the
bottles.
lamp?
The bottles?
Yes, what are those?
One on the right doesn't look like a bottle. Oh, I don't know. He keeps liberal tears in them.
Is it those things that's got like the oil in the water and you flip it upside down and it drips and it goes around the little spiral and it goes and
It
sucks
looks
back in
exactly
you?
like Astroglide.
This man does not have any drip whatsoever.
Oh,
Vaccine.
But like,
so since everybody's being open about their medical procedures, I'm going to talk about one real quick.
Oh no.
Hey, Dave, his shirt is like conspiracy bingo, isn't it? Like it's the whole fucking card. No, he doesn't get them all. I'm sorry.
How did he win conspiracy bingo in one screenshot?
He gets quite a few of them.
I just took a screenshot of his shirt. You can find that at echoplexmedia.com/shots. You can find all of our screenshots. And no, there's no shots of tequila there.
No.
I think I want the shirt.
Issues I'm having right now.
I will give money though.
Because I have a thrombosed hemorrhoid. It's and the
Thrombose.
interesting thing with this whole situation is my medical doctor, Dr. Michael Rosemore, who was a very good friend of mine for many, many years.
Are they going to cauterize it?
The doctor once in the last 15 years, and that was 4 years ago with a thrombosed hemorrhoid, also 4 years ago. So on Thursday, I called, who used to be a very good friend, Dr. Michael Rosemore in Hueytown, Alabama, who's a practicing medical doctor that took another
our neck of the woods
to take care of his patients. And
what's going on with this dude's face right here?
And
he's Canadian.
How I need to go and have it cut.
Hey, buddy.
Hey. Like he's done in the past. And his nurse called me back and let me know that I would have to wear a mask. And that if I refused to wear a mask, that they, in Hueytown, Dr. Michael Rosemore, will not see me as a patient.
Duh.
So because,
number
one, I have a medical condition that prevents me from wearing a mask, but number two, it goes against...
It took him 2-3 minutes to say that.
You don't put a mask on your butthole.
Yeah.
Also important, if he had a medical condition that made it impossible for him to wear a mask, the person that might know that would be his doctor.
Right.
I'm not an expert on
So
doctoring.
that's a proctologist. He don't know nothing about his respiratories.
Beliefs, because I believe it's very satanic and Luciferian to wear a mask. Plus, I don't practice.
That's not a medical condition.
What?
Against the Muslim faith, I just choose to practice Christianity.
Wait, Luciferian, Muslim.
There's a whole lot to unpack there, and they should just burn the whole suitcase.
Yeah, what?
Is that like Hail Allah?
First of all, I don't think that vaccine makers are exempt from liability. I think if Johnson & Johnson or Moderna killed a whole bunch of people, they would be held accountable.
I doubt. No, they wouldn't. Shut up. They can kill whoever they want. They're white whale.
This guy's just talking about the special vaccine court because that way, like, crazy ass anti-vaxxers don't get to like clog up the court system. He's just talking about vaccine court, where It's
Yeah.
It's just a different court system. Most people don't understand it because they have, especially the anti-vaxxers, they don't care. They're just like, oh, well, this is a whole separate thing that therefore bad. And so like they haven't like.
I can explain the court system in Alabama to him. Kind of my specialty. It's my day job. Not cleaning toilets.
I choose not to cover my face because I want to be able to speak God's truth and speak His word.
Well, can you stop for 5 minutes while you're at the doctor?
To wear a mask in public and has been for a little over 70 years. But yet, Dr.
Sir, what does God's word have to do with your asshole?
His policy.
Oh, hold on a lot.
Clinic.
Our
The
asshole.
oath that he took, he can deny my constitutional rights. He can deny the American Disabilities Act.
That was an inside joke.
Rights Act, and he can deny me service. That's where we're going with all this, guys. This whole thing about a mask was nothing but conditioning, getting you to bow down, getting you to conform for the vaccine. And as I said the other day, that pretty much things will not go back to normal till we all get the vaccine. And you'll see that people now that have gotten the vaccine, they're being told by the CDC that they don't have to wear a mask anymore. Well, I never had to wear a mask, still never wore a mask, and never will wear a mask, and I'll never be vaccinated because this is my temple that God's gifted me to take care of. And this
That guy's got the meat sweats. Yeah.
I was gonna say, way to go. You gave it a hemorrhoid.
There.
Let's find him, get him on the show, and I'll spit in his mouth and give him the Pfizer.
vaccine, I believe, is very, very, very bad. And you guys need
You done put a barnacle on your temple, sir. God's not going to be happy.
I now
like I'll come in his joints, give him a double dose so he gets the Moderna as well.
a medical procedure that needs to be done ASAP, but my medical doctor, Dr. Michael Rosemore in Hueytown, Alabama, will not treat me because
Hueytown, he's not far from us. Shit.
Should we send that doctor like a gift basket?
Yes.
Be like, thank you.
Michael thinks he's God, and Dr. Rosemore thinks that his
You're making him suffer in his asshole longer.
No. We saw this video of this idiot.
Cauterizer too.
We saw this video of this idiot, and we're sorry that he's a dick and he's trying to dox you. Here's a basket of muffins and our condolences.
Like, thanks for maintaining and, you know, not caving.
Muffin
Especially
basket.
being in Alabama.
So we don't.
Oh, we'll get some cop shit.
Well, we don't usually go to Instagram for our content, but I was like looking into the deepest, darkest pits of the internet, and by that I mean on one of our fake Facebook accounts, and this popped up in one of the fucking terrorist cell groups I'm in, and so I thought maybe I'd leave this off my own docket and share it.
Wait,
This person.
Have you been nuked on Facebook, or are you back on Facebook?
I'm there, but I've been encouraging people to find other ways to contact me. I don't do any I don't do anything I have to do stuff for the local love on there, but I don't do any other show. You better email me.
Get him in Discord.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yes. That's where I talk to him. Yes.
For local love, please.
Yeah.
The local music scene here is just like, oh, I love Facebook. That's just where all their fans are. It makes sense. Like they're all struggling artists and shit, so they got to go where the fans are. That's like understandable. But
Facebook is so fun to troll. There's so many dumb fucks on there.
Brett, if you're a musician, that's not the game you're playing on Facebook.
Oh, absolutely. I'm saying for mine and Dave's purposes.
Well, some of them are. Some of them are like Phil and Jimmy. They're playing the game.
Yeah.
Some of them are. Anyway, I don't know what this is. I haven't seen this video or anything about it at all. And it's from Instagram.
It's a very cute puppy.
And we're live. And since then, I am absolutely like a schizo nut bar. Like I busted drapes.
This is Madison Star Moon.
So fun. I'm live. I just said it. I did say it. I did. I swear I did. Hey guys. How's it going? Hold on, I gotta put this on the right way. Howdy.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Okay, so
because you're staying home.
Tons and tons of messages. Donald, you're still awake?
I feel like I've met her before.
Still up. I'm just playing. The wolf. What's going on, Star? I'm just joking.
This is like a voicemail from my nana.
Tons of messages in regards to all these reports coming out, like from Vice, and don't mind my son in the background laughing. He's adorable.
See how she's touching her hair and her face?
All these mainstream
That's opioid.
outlets talking shit about Chris Sky. So let me just, for everybody out there, let me just, quell your.
No. People on opioids itch. People on like Molly and shit. Like
Now I'm talking about social tick behaviors that I've noticed throughout my life, noticing these women.
Oh.
But she's talking about Chris Sky. Fans of my show will remember that the first video we played is Chris Sky, where he was like yelling at his friend on a Facebook Live because the cops were surrounding him up in Canada. And then he got put on the no-fly list and threw a big fucking fit about that. And she's like fangirling Chris Sky right now.
Okay.
He's an anti-masker.
What happened was this. Rob Carbone.
Who?
For whatever reason, and I have my own reasons, and I'll tell you my theory afterwards. Rob Carbone went to the police. Okay, and he actually said he was going to do this about a month ago in an email to Chris because he was trying to control him. Okay, he went to the police and made up a story saying that Chris,
Oh, bad connection, lady.
stalked by a man who wiggles her doorknob at night and yells from her.
I thought she was going to say wiggles his asshole at night or something. It would have been more fun.
The police, for whatever reason, sent a bunch, not one, a bunch of plainly dressed officers in unmarked vehicles to
what's up? You enjoy myself.
In his driveway.
Those weren't cops. Those weren't cops.
Not knowing they were police.
Oh shit! I just unbanned him.
Okay.
Scrappy or Tones had banned him. I noticed that. I'm like, I like you enjoy myself.
Were police, and guess what, Chris?
I'll let him back
He
in.
immediately turned himself.
How'd he know?
Because if he knew they were police, he never would have left in the first place. Guys, be careful.
It's my birthday, and I'm a little drunk and high.
That is what happened. There were no threats made. Okay.
Welcome, you enjoy myself.
Said, it's no different than any of you have ever said, and it's no different than anybody in this country has ever thought. Are you going to tell me that anybody in this country has not wondered why nobody has taken out these corrupt politicians yet? Everybody's wondered it. Everybody's joked about it. Everybody has. And if they haven't, then they're really stupid.
What does she mean by that?
They're really corrupt. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
There's
I would assume that her contact
people take out people for way less.
I would assume that
to say shit like that.
So if Chris,
I had to warn you about it.
I guarantee it was said in a very sarcastic manner. So it's absolutely, this is all absurd.
I don't know what was said, but I guarantee it was sarcastic. Okay, lady.
So my theory is that Rob Carbone, being so desperate,
I like her haircut though.
Endorsement from the corrupt drug dealer that's running Ontario, and in exchange had to take.
I can pull that off.
Threat, which is Chris Sky. Okay.
If I had hair here.
Well, I think she's laying down.
They're stupid. I'm going to say it straight up. People are not asleep anymore.
Oh, you're telling me it's not like some kind of pixie cut?
There's even sex in the mainstream media. Sections of the mainstream media that have been showing the truth, guys. There's people within the mainstream media that intentionally draw light to us, to all of us in our movement. Whether they're making fun of us or not, it doesn't make a difference. They're still drawing people.
Producer Dave, what's her movement?
Okay, and if people.
She's an anti-masker, anti-vaxxer, kind of COVID. I mean, I'm just guessing based on the fact that she's like sticking up for Chris Sky right now.
Being able to
see, we've been listening to like 2 minutes of her, and I have no clue what she's talking about. I don't know what her stance is on anything. I don't know what audience she's going for. I have no idea what she's talking about.
I can sum this up for you real quick, okay? She's standing for some dumbass that got kicked off of an airplane because he wouldn't wear a mask, and somehow it is a deep state Canadian government fucking campaign against this person trying to cover up the truth.
Well, now the Canadians, they've had several high-profile arrests. They've had like the pastor that was taken out of his church and arrested.
Like this is,
but, I mean, he was asking for it.
This is some Canada drama.
People are like, you know, think about when you guys were drawn to us. You were drawn to us because someone was making fun of us, and then it clicked your curiosity. And then when you started looking into us, you started seeing that, wait a minute, these people aren't crazy, because you have
probably
the capacity for that, because you're not stupid.
That is not what I thought at all.
Anymore. They're stupid. There's a lot of stupid people. I'm sorry, but that's just, actually, I'm not sorry. What I'm sorry for is the fact that we are, because of these stupid people, we are watching children become, you know, subject to the law of nature. Because as far as I'm concerned, any adult with an adult-sized brain that still would go and stand in a lineup for
Remember when Anna Nicole was a lot funnier?
That the FDA clearly stated is unsafe. They will not endorse. They will not even give it to
She was
their
less
family
angry.
members. You're stupid.
I liked Anna Nicole. I thought she got way too much shit.
But to drag children or to bribe children, because that's what you're doing, you're bribing. Come get this ice cream. Come see a DJ. And in exchange, we're going to stick you with some poisons that is guaranteed to kill you within 3 years.
That's oddly
ice cream
specific.
thing, that's what Christians do.
I didn't get any ice cream, and no one promised to kill me in 3 years.
with a liquid that the Food and Drug Administration
I'm
fully
tired.
does not want anything to do with because it's so unsafe. You're a fucking retard.
Whoa, lady.
Like, you're just a fucking retard.
Yo, don't do it twice.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So-
That's horrible.
Congratulations, Parents of the Year. You're a fucking retard.
Don't do it 3 times. Come on, lady. You're going to make me have to turn off your video.
Wow.
You guys want to stop these kids from getting vaccines? Because they're not even vaccines. You want to stop your kids from getting these fucked up injections?
Whoa.
Take a microphone, take a speaker, go to the injection sites, play the guy from the FDA.
Oh, you're about to get Bath and Body Worked if you do that.
There was a story where like a woman ran her SUV. I think it was a woman, like ran her SUV into a vaccination site the other day. Like,
Bath and Body Worked over.
Shit. I don't know what I don't get the joke.
That's okay. It's a clip we played a while back. We swim in different ponds.
Explain
COVID
thoroughly and in layman's terms what the Food and Drug Administration is and what their job is. And then bluntly tell everybody you are standing in that lineup so you can die in 3 years.
Whoa.
That injection is going to kill you. And tell the people that are injecting, you are murderers. You are killing.
That means no more debt, right?
You are killing.
Yo, if you would like to take your chances, go to one of these sites where these
Glass
people.
half full.
If you would like to take your chances, if you would like to go to one of these sites where these people are going to get a vaccine and go harass them, you go ahead. I'm just telling you, you do that fucking enough days in a row and you're going to like have a bad day one of those days because somebody's going to be in a bad mood and just be like, nope, not today.
I mean, look at that face. Look at the eyes right there. It's froze.
Killing those kids. That's how you have to say it.
That's my mama.
That's how you have to say it. Because a lot of people.
Your mom is a nice lady.
So you have to say it very directly and very bluntly. There's, like, it's very simple. They're standing there going, come, I'm going to give you some ice cream while I murder you. Yeah, because that's what we're doing. No one's so cool. Like, come on, let's go. To every fucking musician out there that takes a video of getting a vaccine, fuck you. I'm burning your fucking album.
All I got was a
piece of human
sticker.
garbage.
All I got was a sticker, and that was just the first shot. The second one, they didn't give me shit.
You got a sticker? I didn't get a sticker.
Yo,
I got a button.
I just had to sit there for 15 minutes.
She just said she's going to burn all these albums of these people, but I guarantee you this lady listens to all her music on Spotify.
I still have all my albums I had when I was in high school.
This is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. Honestly. So
eating and doing a live video.
I hope
Smacking her
for
lips.
Every person out
Smacking
there is
your
stupid
lips.
enough to go get that injection. Okay. I hope for a quick end to your.
One of these days, she's going to choke and aspirate.
Well, and to
On a
anybody who
live,
wants
that
to
would be
argue about
fantastic. You know, like how many videos from right wingers they make in their cars driving? It's insane. Dave, tell Sparkles about the phenomenon of stupid people making live videos inside of their vehicles while moving.
I have a child. I know how that works.
We have a bingo card that we run during our shows, and 2 out of the 4 bingo cards have Facebook Live while driving as a thing. It's always just some fucking dude in his truck or whatever yelling about the fucking deep state.
Have you ever gone out with a guy that makes live videos from their truck? Is that a thing that's common?
A friend of mine does, but it's mostly like, hey, look at these deer over here. Or hey.
Well, that sounds cool. I would watch a deer channel.
But sometimes he'll sing a song along with it. And then he'll post it. He sung a song about these deer. There we go.
Well, that's wholesome content. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Media Winch and I are on the same page here.
But he's not posting like angry videos about his political views, which are stupid.
Well, good. I wish more people were self-aware and didn't post about their political views. But then again, what kind of content would we have?
All right. So
We co-parent some dogs together, so I have to talk to him.
all right. So what we're going to do here, this is a Echoplex classic. This is Boots on the Ground, Swamp Scott, Massachusetts.
Oh,
this
Diana
is
Ploss.
fucking Deanna Ploss.
Ground in Swampscott, Massachusetts. And I'm walking down to the beach right now. And I'm sure that
It's amazing how she can throw her voice like that.
Applause.
So we're going to walk right down to the beach. And I want to thank my taxi driver for getting me here
Is that Booby?
safely. And
Did she get her license suspended?
so our people are down there. I can see them. And lots of things.
So this is recent, right? This is the last few days.
This is the last today.
Until I get down there.
Look at these houses in this neighborhood, though. They're beautiful.
Everything.
Yeah, where she lives.
Brick fucking mansion.
Historic.
Yeah, where she lives is gorgeous. It just sucks that she's there.
Lots of exciting things to tell you about. Charlie Baker's
Massachusetts.
house is right there. Right up the street.
Charlie Baker. Oh, that's Charlie Baker's
Good morning.
house.
That's the governor or mayor. Mayor.
Appreciates that information.
No, that's a governor.
Yeah, there goes one
Governor.
of the police officers.
Governor Baker.
Making their rounds.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, they got roundabouts there. Look at that shit.
People here in the South don't know how to use roundabouts. Do you guys have roundabouts?
Yeah.
You just go straight. Fuck it.
Woo!
I'm almost there.
I'm in an SUV.
Now, last time I checked in with Diane Ploss, it was
some great things
2 or 3 months ago. We were still fresh off of the Capitol riot.
Massachusetts.
I think she was holding out hope that Trump would be president again in what, March?
Will be. I see Annalisa. Who else do I see?
So she doesn't seem as passionate. She doesn't have the crowds with her.
Oh, I think that's Michael.
What's her angle nowadays?
Well, she claims she's walking up to the crowd.
Cousins there.
A crowd for what?
It's a standout.
Yeah, stand out.
That just literally means they go out and
Yeah, I'm gonna
stand.
put my umbrella up.
It's like a sit-in,
With Trump,
but it's
with
like
Trump flags.
It's like a sit-in, but not hippies.
But what is the message? What is the
Pledge of Allegiance.
Is there a theme?
Cope.
Do they have food?
Cope. Yeah, it's Cope cringe.
Cope.
We're still coping in May.
Coping in May. It's almost June.
Are you familiar with the term cope cringe?
Good morning.
Producer Dave, will you explain cope cringe to Sparkles?
I mean, do I have to? We're watching a bunch of old people that are mad Trump lost that are still having little fucking standouts about it.
Like I've intentionally over the last many years isolated myself so that I could function.
But yeah, this is what cope cringe is. It's just like people that are this is cringy and they're trying to cope. It's almost
They're just kind of throwing a fit.
I've been trying to cope for a long time. They need to shut the fuck up.
I know.
You know. Oh, yeah.
Jake, is it Jake?
Yep.
How are you? Yeah, they got stuck in traffic.
I got stuck in traffic too when I messed up. I took the wrong exit.
Yeah,
Bummer
they're
about
still- they were
traffic.
in traffic. They were supposed to meet me. So.
They've been hollering over.
Well, because I told them I wasn't going to meet them. Yeah, don't even bother.
We don't answer them.
Yeah, don't even bother. Hi, Mike.
We've had a lot of support.
How's it going? Yeah, no, I'm gonna I got lots of stuff to tell you guys.
Oh, lots of good information, new information, exciting stuff. Here we go.
How's it going there, brother? Thanks for coming.
I gotta talk to you off camera.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this
That guy's
set
been
up.
awake for 3 days.
Umbrella up.
I got
Can you
to
loan him 20
exercise the band hammer on my birthday. That was fun.
What's the matter, boob?
No, because I always leave the banning open to the chat, like on my mods. I don't ever moderate my channel. I banned that motherfucker.
Some kind of a sound microphone.
Right here, cope cringe.
We're not answering. We don't want any trouble.
Yeah, don't worry.
Let them holler
Let
as
them do
much as
whatever
they
they
want.
want. Yeah, let the commies do whatever they want.
Quammies. The Quammies. Need more
Okay,
water.
how's that? Hey, Caroline, I got to put my umbrella.
Where are these commies?
So thanks again to my taxi driver for getting me here. What's going
Poor
on,
taxi
Annalisa?
driver. I bet they feel real bad.
Hold on, let me get my. Okay, Jake. John's on his way. They should be here soon.
It is gorgeous there.
Yeah, but these fucking assholes have to ruin it, right? Oh, that is the fucking grossest thing I have ever seen, ever in my life, ever.
And you've seen Dan Badondi touch a dead whale.
Yeah.
So, Toby.
Yes.
And I can't claim to.
They're
know
laughing
enough
at her
about
there.
this. So, the
Those people in the box were looking at her like, what the fuck is wrong with her?
Bible study starting tomorrow night. He's a Messianic Jew.
Nana has diminished capacity.
I don't know much. Oh, you don't either. Okay.
She's off her meds again.
So we're gonna learn.
Like, say what you want about the Democrats having a fucking fit over Trump or whatever for 4 years. None of us ever made an umbrella with his fucking face on it. I'm just saying.
I got to do it the other way.
Or 5 months later, just going out, just
Hi, everybody.
random
I'm just
people
putting
and
my Trump umbrella up.
protesting.
I did get my other attachable umbrella. I just haven't set it up.
They stand with Israel.
Okay,
How are you going to go out there and not even have a sandwich? What kind of people do that?
Like, people are just trying to like walk their dogs, and you have to walk past this fucking bullshit.
Pollen is
and not like just go in hard.
At least the pollen has some sort of sense of accountability.
But to answer your question, the kind of people that go looking for a taco truck at the pier.
You really think the taco truck's going to stop anywhere near her? You're going to have to chase it like the ice cream truck.
Oh, we'll get beeps. Don't you worry. Okay.
Do you look where she is beautiful.
Will you open my beer for me?
Here, you want Mama do it?
Will you open it for me? Yeah, please.
But yeah, isn't the sad part about this how beautiful the place she is?
Okay,
like,
there
why are
we
you
go.
doing this?
There we go.
It's like a
I think
nice
we're
day.
good now. I'm a little tilted, but that's all right.
Thank you.
No, I don't need to do that. Hey, Linda, how are you?
Touch my shirt.
Don't answer them.
It's luxurious.
Don't answer
Nice,
them.
isn't it?
Don't talk to them.
Textured.
Don't talk to them. Don't talk to them.
Oh, listen for the D's out for Deanna from
I'm
the
gonna
other
have
side.
to hold this, Michael. Well, I won't be able to. No, I'll have to hold it. I won't be able to. Do you want to just whisper in my ear?
Nobody wants to whisper in your ear, ma'am. There's nobody
be
whispering sweet nothings.
I'd be like,
Yeah, wake up, Nana. It's a simulation.
stop it.
Somebody else I know, they just did it too.
Way funnier than I was going to say. Fuck it.
Yeah, don't say anything. Yep.
This woman just needs a hobby. She needs to learn to crochet or
scrapbooking.
Get a cat.
This is an episode of Scooby Doo. See, look at that cliff. They're staying there later.
So join us to Thursdays. Because we started on Thursdays, so we moved back to Thursdays here in Swamp.
Who's we?
Come down and join us every Thursday, 10 a.m. until noon.
Her and her little fucking book club.
Until noon.
And there's no food. There's no food.
We're gonna wait for them.
No punch, no pie.
Pledge allegiance and a prayer.
Not even a
There is some Kool-Aid, though.
Exactly.
We need Kool-Aid.
What, honey?
Are you going after this?
Ask them. I have to go back to work.
And why she got the umbrella? It's not even raining. It's sunny.
Parasol.
Both of you. Did you see?
Protect her delicate skin.
Oh, she's going to melt.
I know.
She wants to be under Trump.
No, that's if somebody throws water on her.
From 10 a.m. to noon every Thursday. Rain, shine.
Okay.
The only time we're not here is a category.
She wants to be under Trump, is what you said.
Oh my!
Might never.
Hey, look, Justin, they got your flag.
She might never come out of that.
M for sending this to me. That I love. Oh, look. Oh.
Are they going to pledge allegiance to the flag? I hope they pledge allegiance to the flag.
We got lots of stuff to talk about.
She says that we have Marxist stuff to talk about.
Good morning.
Come back to the president.
Oh.
Come back to the
Thank you. I have to wear the sweater. I should just be quiet.
I don't know. Come back to the president's side.
Seriously, she would probably be a nice lady if she was like, baking pies for the community or some shit. She had something to occupy her time that wasn't politics.
Right? Maybe she could raise Yorkshire Terriers instead.
Yeah, she breeding dogs.
I mean, she'd look real good in one of those long polyester skirts and some thick pantyhose, just running the dogs around the circle.
Okay, get ready because we got to do the pledge. I got to tell you guys stuff. I got important stuff to tell you. Important.
Ooh, what's she gonna tell him?
Israel.
She bought like a kind of expensive lapel mic and then didn't know how to use it, and so she's back to using the mic on her phone.
Look at it. Look at Lisa.
Woohoo! Party!
We got lots of stuff to talk about.
I would wear that lady's sunglasses.
She thought there was alcohol.
And so
there's nothing.
Pledge. We're going to do a prayer, and then we're going to talk about some things that are going on in Massachusetts.
I don't know. This whole thing gives off a little bit of a box.
Pledge and prayer.
This whole thing gives off a little bit of a box wine
If you
vibe.
guys want to run for, or if you guys want to be in the shade, you got right there.
So he's here?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
She laughs like fucking Vincent Price.
You should have some quiche, some champagne,
Okay,
some orange juice.
We're gonna do
really get the people in.
Beach towels that you're laid out and you're like,
we'll just say it.
showing a little skin.
Yeah, and then we'll do the prayer. You're gonna do the prayer, and then we're gonna
pray.
get into business. We got business going on.
We have business going.
Okay, everybody, we're gonna do the Pledge of Allegiance.
By business, do you mean court enforced appointments?
Oh, yeah.
You doing community service out there, ma'am?
You mean a mandated court appearance, ma'am?
They've got a right wingers and moron flag. You can get your own. I switched over to Teespring, and they have flags now. You can have your own right wingers or morons flag.
On three.
On three.
1, 2, 3. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
You disrespectful little shits. We're saying pledge allegiance to the flag.
Awesome. Okay, John.
Oh, it is?
John.
I'm not a nationalist.
Sure.
I'm not either, but like, you know.
Sorry. Okay.
They want you to say the magic thing.
We have a
I never say the magic thing.
It's a busy morning.
Well, then an eagle can't freedom.
John, get over here.
Yeah.
So John's going to say the prayer.
I only do it in a mocking manner. I don't actually do it for real.
Who cares?
Free Palestine.
Yeah.
You see all the people looking at me when I went to a NASCAR race and didn't stand for the
Praise the Lord.
the magic song.
I would never be at a NASCAR or anything.
Another day of victory.
That's the white male space.
Heavenly Father, we just lift up this country, this place where we are, Lord. We lift up you, Father, this morning.
Why do you have the siren during the prayer? That's awfully strange.
From the other side.
What language is he speaking?
Made for us.
Massachusettsian.
Thank you, Lord.
Is he speaking in tongues, or is it just word salad?
Peace through this time, because we're looking for peace.
Yeah, amazingly enough, Diana Bloss, her because the Massachusetts accent is kind of thick. She's not got it as bad as some other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Puppy love.
So you're going to
I
get that
love
ready.
it.
And I'm going to tell you guys what's going on, okay?
All right, get to the fucking point, Diana. Jesus.
Freedom!
Yeah.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Oh,
that's
shut the
point,
fuck up,
Lynch.
Wilhelmina
That's
Wallace.
the whole
I
point.
let you guys know that yesterday, telling everybody, I filed a lawsuit, the notice of a lawsuit against
Wait, a notice of a lawsuit?
against the town of Swampscott.
Dude, a notice of a
Well,
lawsuit.
you do have to file a notice with the city before you file a lawsuit.
You do?
That is correct.
Oh.
You have to notice the city because they're a municipality government.
The town officials, the
Is this 2 hours long? Really?
in the lawsuit.
Don't worry.
It's
We're not
actually
going to watch
a
more than
notice of
a little bit more of it.
Well, I didn't think we were going to sit here for 2 hours. You've got a show to do in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll do like maybe
I
another
have to
20
go back
minutes
to
here or
work
something.
eventually.
There will be others.
That's what I figured.
I don't
I just wanna
have, my
let
show
everybody
isn't for
know,
another
I
2
also
hours.
filed 2 notice of lawsuits against the town of Winthrop.
I figured we were going to go all the way until
Okay, that's the way we
Nah.
have to fight
No,
back.
I need to
The only way we can fight
actually
back.
need to do a little bit of show prep.
People take an oath to uphold the Constitution, but if you work for the government, it's meaningless. It's meaningless. So
Wait, what? What? No. The people that work for the government are the ones that take the oath to uphold the Constitution. Ma'am.
I don't know about because I know the government workers on the arsenal.
So that's
take an
one
oath of
lawsuit
anything.
against the town
They
of
just take government
Swampscott.
money.
Stay tuned.
Well, public servants take an oath.
Stay tuned. If you need an attorney, send me an email, info@dianaplus.com. You have to live in Massachusetts, though. You have to live in Massachusetts.
Don't email her. You don't live in Massachusetts.
Filed against the town of Winthrop for what they allowed there. And one lawsuit so far filed against the town of Swampscott.
Swampscott.
The police
I
department.
want to move to Swampscott. It's beautiful.
And so stay tuned.
They got Sam Squanch is there.
It's the only way to fight back. It's the only way to fight back.
is to file frivolous lawsuits that will be thrown out.
Right? Okay. So the next thing is, oh, thank you, honey. I didn't get my thing on the thing. The next item is that we
Jesus, Nana, what's next?
A Bible study tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Starting at 8 p.m. And I believe it's going to be streamed on at least on Facebook, not on my channel, on the pastor's channel.
You don't have a Facebook anymore.
Post that. I will post.
Oh, did they nuke her?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, probably tomorrow afternoon.
What are we watching her on YouTube?
Yeah.
Later today, and I'm going to see if he has put the link out yet. So we are starting a revival in Massachusetts and New England. So I'm putting
and New England.
I got to get the battery on. It's a little windy here today.
As if Massachusetts is not in New England.
Which is making it. Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer them. We don't have to answer them. We don't have to answer them. Okay, I just want to put this up here.
What?
There's counter protesters across the
Put
street.
my battery in.
Nice.
Oh, is that who's playing the music?
For us, what can be against us? Nothing.
I don't know. They sometimes
I
play
bet
their
they
own
have
music.
food over there.
They like run around yelling how they don't have the rights to the music, which actually makes it so that you are immune to copyright, clearly.
Hold on a second. I gotta move that.
She just said it. She said it right as you said that.
Oh, well, then it's their music.
Okay, I'm having a hard time with this. Okay, hold on a second.
Oh, I hate whatever they're playing in the background. No, turn it off.
Put another zip tie on this. Wow.
I had to take my headphones off.
So Pastor Levy, L-E-V-I. He's a refugee.
Eugene Levy. Very underrated.
Okay, it's windy here.
My favorite enchiladas.
Like on the Massachusetts coast, and she's like, "Oh, it's windy here."
Wow, it's windy, huh? Oh no,
In the spring.
Now I gotta hold on to this because it's gonna take me.
Well, I guess technically it's summer now, isn't it?
Look
I
at
don't
that
know.
water behind us.
Or is that next month?
I'm not in charge.
June 21st is summer.
Oh yeah, we're still springtime, right?
You can look up Pastor Levy. Go to his
Summer solstice.
webpage.
June.
It's Operation
Okay.
Nehemiah. Operation
Longest day of the year.
Nehemiah. Look at that water.
Very last day to plant weed.
So if we tell somebody to jump in a lake, it's really an ocean.
That was a zinger.
Okay, I'm gonna move here.
I'm glad they came to party on my birthday.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is Justin's birthday party
Sorry.
northeast.
Did I see a water over there?
Seriously, it's today. That's what you said.
Yeah, this is from a few hours ago.
That's her.
Yeah, they're doing their thing on Thursday again now.
Cheers.
They got my flag. They're partying on my birthday. I'm flattered that my reach goes all the way to Massachusetts. Thank you, Diana Ploss.
People really are screwed up in the head. I didn't know they were this bad.
Oh, they were.
I knew I dressed up for a reason.
Get her to call your show someday.
This is delicious.
Have you guys made contact with her?
When it gets hot like this, it's especially important.
People have tried to email on our behalf, but not really.
Thanks. So thanks again to my taxi driver who got me here today, safe and sound. The sun is hot. It's hot.
She's really excited about her taxi driver.
Oh, there was Booby. Did you see Booby? Booby's
I
just
see
off.
Lisa.
She's just off camera waving the freedom flag. I think her and Booby had a falling out because she's not talking to Booby or mentioning Booby.
We're gonna play the.
She's got an ice cold water.
Are you thirsty?
Beautiful day.
I just noticed that it was very icy cold looking. I was like, who just gave her a fresh water?
You know, if you're in Massachusetts, it's supposed to rain.
I'm assessing their food situation.
And it's supposed to be. Ian Monday, it's supposed to be in the high 50s, low 60s.
Weather report.
High 50s, low.
With Diana Ploss.
That sounds fabulous. It's a little hotter than that here.
So I was meeting my cousins.
We hit like 80 something today.
It was in the 90s.
So
Not today. Yesterday it was in the 90s.
My clothes were wet when I got home.
I think it was like 83 or 84.
Well, Betty.
It was hot enough to where I couldn't open the doors and the windows.
I like it.
I got some weird sweat rings in my panties.
Just so you know.
Because it was in the 90s.
TMI.
That's how hot it is.
We watch. We're so gallantly streaming. And the rock.
She's gallantly streaming right now.
Yeah.
The bombs bursting in air, they prove through the night that a flag.
Maybe I'm drunk, but I'm really touched right now.
Don't cry. Don't have a freedom cry.
Banner yet wave.
That parade don't even have candy. Don't cry.
All right, everybody.
Amen.
I hope you got your Patriot on there. So here's.
Are you okay, Winch?
Here's from.
That one had a bone in it.
Here's from Reddit's public freakout, and this lady wants to talk to the manager of the whole ass airport.
Throw me to the ground! My name is Terry Ann Booth!
Hey, it's not my mama from the other day.
Wait, did she have a public freak out? Oh, shit.
On the way back, she tried to sneak her Diet Cokes in her carry-on.
You run through the door when you weren't supposed to. And when I saw him push you out the door.
You deserve it!
I'm pretty sure you're mistaken.
In a dress!
Boo-hoo.
You fuck off!
Not helping.
You fuck off.
I want the manager of the airport here!
The manager of the airport.
I thought you were just being funny. She actually said it.
I didn't put this on there. I didn't watch that shit before. That was great, though.
Literally said manager of the airport.
Yeah. That's how you end up on our docket.
Is that even a thing?
No.
Like, don't most airports have like a board of directors and those board members vote on things?
You'd have like a manager of operations or some shit at an airport.
They're run by the FAA, aren't they?
Maybe.
Yeah, like it's a government entity. But the airport itself is like owned by the city that has a board of trustees that vote for things.
So I guess this is a wholesome
Mr.
video.
Jay was on the board.
I guess this is a wholesome video. This is Grandma and Pop's going to own it.
Oh, yay. Playing beer pong?
Yeah.
Wholesome content.
I just thought that was very
They're
cute.
older and have more experience.
Wholesome content.
She makes an excellent point. Wow.
All right, so here's a video from Young Americans Foundation. Parents who have no idea what critical race theory is are going to go to the fucking school board meeting and complain about it because they read about it on Twitter or or Facebook.
Before the governing school board today is a vote for a new curriculum that appears well-intentioned, appealing, even empathetic, but in actuality further divides us. When you peel back the layers of this onion, you will see that it promotes taking from one
Well, and they put music under it.
to compensate a second group, to correct injustices caused by a third group who mistreated a fourth group by an earlier point in history. It's absurd. Not only does it not promote
Hold on, where did this happen at? Can you give me the lowdown?
And you
Where did it said right here? Let's see. At one point, it said what it was. Peoria Unified School District, Arizona, and they're just changing up the curriculum some. I don't know. Like she's mad about critical race theory, which she doesn't understand.
Compensate a second group, to correct injustices caused by a third group who mistreated a fourth group by an earlier point in history. It's
Peoria is like the Reading of Arizona.
Not promote justice. It does the opposite. It promotes racism, and you cannot cure racism with more racism.
Stop diluting student education with political correct, feel-good propaganda.
I didn't come prepared with statistics or anything. I'm just basically coming from a parent and my own.
You're basically talking out of your ass.
I'm the mother of a high school senior and an 8th grade son, and my fear is type of curriculum will actually breed more racism and more divide in our country rather than unity. I fear that this is actually taking a step backward.
The recent events have brought to light the failure of our education.
At least he's wearing a mask. It's below his nose. Oh, he takes it off.
In some of our largest cities came out of an education system that had taught them to hate America.
I'd rather empower people in minority groups to rise above and not do anything that's going to create a victim mentality that if you're born a certain way, that you're now not afforded the same options in our country that everyone else is. Because I think we live in a country where if you put forth the effort, there's opportunities out there for everyone.
The source of the hatred can be traced directly.
Everyone can be Oprah.
On identity culture, which separates us into special interest groups. Each group is isolated from the other by mistrust, stemming from perceived grievances and artificial cultural barriers.
The dramatic music is just getting to me.
Feels it's their duty to indoctrinate our children and further strip parents of their rights to teach their children their values and their morals. They want to teach a revisionist American history that teaches victimhood, entitlement, and the loathing for our country. We do not want or need this curriculum in our Peoria schools. We need to find ways that unite us. Focus on good character. Focus on shared values. Focus on being an upstanding individual who has big dreams and goals.
Yeah, if you're very good at killing minorities, then you should be celebrated.
Loving your neighbor as you love yourself. Our common values like respect, honesty, and trustworthiness.
Yeah, those people like
submit campus bias to YAF.
Like, what's the body count? What's the body count that separates you from like serial killer and war hero?
That's a good question.
Serial killers.
I'm too drunk to think about that right now.
So what we have
One's
next is a song, and it's from TikTok, and I don't know how to make
The serial killer?
This is a song. It's from TikTok. I don't know how to make dark mode happen, so I'm sorry. I don't know what this is about. Meaty, why don't you put this on the docket? Let's take a look at this. What the fuck? Will you play?
TikToks are weird sometimes.
My pronoun is patriot. My gender is America. My sexuality is gun. I'm LGBTQ and none.
I was like, what?
That was the whole thing. That was great.
I was into it.
Yeah.
I wish there
That's
would have been
something
more.
I could certainly expound on.
I wish there would have been more.
Yeah, me too.
We're not going to do the quartering. Maybe we'll do one more. I feel like we should probably do Dennis Michael Lynch, because this guy is DML. He sells CBD, and I also think he probably plays beach volleyball.
I'm not familiar.
Hope you're going to share the video. Make sure you share the video. It means you care. And remember, every time you share the video,
Oh, he wants to help you learn to serve.
Silicon Valley goes cuckoo.
Serve what?
You're sharing something that doesn't go along with what it is that they believe in. So you have a responsibility is that you share.
Is that so he can put his hands under you? Oh, okay.
I'm going to just unload here a little bit, all right? It's going to be one of those times when DML comes to you live.
You say that like it was like a personal experience.
A lot of passion stored up. And I'll tell you what, I've been watching the news all day today. You know, the DML News app, if you don't have it, go get it from the Apple App Store or from the...
What do you mean, you been watching yourself, your own news channel?
Google Play Store.
Weird.
All day long, everything I've watched has been just driving me absolutely crazy. And I just, you know what? It's time to go to Facebook right now and just say what needs to be said. So let me put it at the forefront now, in case it is that Mark Zuckerberg or anybody there at Facebook or
Oh shit, Daddy getting mad. He's yelling.
and watches a video where you can actually learn something. Let me tell you something. Donald J. Trump was and is the best president that the United States has had in my lifetime. It's 52 years. And
they all say that. What do they what?
For the longest time, despite the fact that he gave amnesty. Big mistake. But everything else about that man was fan-frickin'.
Oh, gun control? You agreed with gun control, sir?
And he did something that I've never seen anybody do before.
Yeah, hit
Today
that.
on my podcast, which you can get from the DML News app for free, I spoke about what it is in a baton race, where you're doing the whole relay race. A guy starts off sprinting and he just sprints like nothing else you've ever seen. There's no pacing things out. It's a freaking just dead heat race. And then he hands the baton off to somebody else.
I've never seen a race before with the baton in my life.
Well, right now, this country, especially conservatives, are looking for.
I think in like actual sanctioned races back in the day, like, there's somebody with a baton at the front or some shit.
It's a relay race.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen anybody in this country acting as president get more done in 4 years than Donald J. Trump. It's like he came out of
the best.
running with that baton and never got tired.
He
never even had
8.5K.
But you know what? One
likes and hearts and shit.
They, being the liberals and the Democrats and social media, they saw what was happening to this country.
I can't explain it. I don't know those people.
We were shaking loose of the fundamental transformation put in place by a very radical Barack Hussein Obama.
Oh, you did it.
Hussein Obama. That's
why is saying his name like that mean anything?
You know, you go back
because he was going to say radical or radicalization within the next 20 to 25 words.
9/11? I do. I lived that day. I ran from those buildings. Back in those days, which wasn't so long ago, when you say the good old days, 20 years ago, I watched cops. You know, when I ran from the first building as it fell down.
This guy was not in the Twin Towers. He's lying.
Smoke that's coming through. I'm running through. We loved our cops. We loved our firemen. We loved our
people. Still love
we
the fire
dropped to our knees and we fellatiated them
upside down.
People
Is that
still-
the word? Fellatiated.
People still love the fire department. Especially
Yeah,
if they
we
come and
still
put your
like-
house out.
No one wrote a song called "Fuck the Fire Department."
Obamacare, Benghazi, running guns to the cartels. How many different other stories? Sending pallets of cash to Iran. The list is long.
Pallets of cash?
The list is
We don't have to do that anymore.
Didn't happen.
What did he do?
The gun running thing was under Bush.
He ran too fast. He was making so many great changes in this country to bring us back to where we were before Barack Hussein Obama. And they looked around, the Democrats. They looked around, the liberal media. They dominate. And for once in my lifetime, finally, since Reagan, somebody knew how to look into the camera and connect with the American citizen on the other side.
Somebody was dumb enough to talk on their level.
Sat there and said, "Oh wow, I can really do well." Today, I talked to a guy. His name's Jay. He works on boat engines here in Florida. You know what he said to me? We got into a political.
We need to go to his followers and sell them dinar.
And so you're feeling each other out because nobody.
What's NAR?
Don't want to mix.
It's a currency, and you can tell them that they can give you money for certain amounts of dinar, and that it'll turn over.
To me, you know.
Oh, you're running some kind of Bitcoin scam.
And this guy's in his 40s.
They love dinar. Those
I
people.
may actually be able to retire. This guy's giving me all the advantages I need as a small business.
Some things you say go over my head.
Money away.
He sounds like the guy who does the radio announcements.
opening
Okay,
up
so like
other
the people I've worked for in the past, they do give these secret radio announcements.
It's only 4 months.
Scams, but they're secret radio announcements, and they listen to them and they go, "Oh, this guy told me it's insider information."
Like they
to
may.
buy dinar, and then they go and spend $30,000 on dinar.
Here's the problem I have. Why is Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States, the 45th president of the United States, not on Twitter, not on Facebook, not on
Because he's not the president of the United States anymore, and he was kicked off of all those things.
Crazy people. Every single day, I got to be told how
For inciting an insurrection. 45th president.
Named him the person of the year.
And yeah, because it was inciting an insurrection as the reason.
You know, they said that Trump lied, that he was a liar. A liar? Anthony Fauci has changed his story about something so important so many times.
No, that's totally different.
Why? Because at the end of the day, he leans Democrat. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Because at the end of the day, what happens?
Well, he's been director of the CDC or whatever through like fucking 6 presidents or 5 presidents or some shit.
He wants to have the best people around him. All right, Fauci's the best of the best. All right, who said he was? Nobody around here knows anything about him.
He said Fauci.
Freaking, he's the best of the best. Bring him in. And then you know what? After a couple press conferences, Trump's like, this guy's...
Fauci was a character on Perfect Strangers in the 80s.
That's Fauci.
Balky Bartolomeusz.
He chases gerbils on a friggin'...
Buck, you remember his last name?
Yeah.
Yep.
We got a gerbil guy up here.
Bronson Pinchot, that's the actor that plays him. He's very, very funny.
Bill Clinton? Jeez. No, he's been with all the presidents. Oh, really? Like, you know, like Bush.
The show didn't age well. I tried to watch some of it not that long ago.
It's like bosom buddies.
This Fauci thing ain't working. He caught on to the CDC. Donald J. Trump said, you know, this is the China virus.
That's where you see where Chet Hanks comes from.
Slammed.
It's about to be a white boy summer.
He didn't seem so wrong. He didn't seem so wrong.
By the way, there was a special edition. It's called Troll Boy Summer on Teespring, but it says White Boy Summer.
He is White Boy Summer.
This guy?
Yes.
Dennis Michael Lynch?
He's their mascot.
Newsom? So then we've got Governor, I just call her the Wicked Witch of Michigan. The Wicked Witch of Michigan, also known as the governor, telling everybody, you
mean the one that they plotted to kidnap and murder?
Hi, sweetie. And she's telling everybody how she's going to get him.
Well, that's enough of this.
What does she do? She goes to the
That's Dennis Michael Lynch, everybody. If anybody doesn't watch our channel, you just got sort of a peek at sort of what we do, although we just grabbed links the last couple days. Happy birthday, Justin.
Happy birthday, Justin.
I'm still just dumbfounded by that.
Oh, you can go watch more DML.
But very touched by all the birthday witches. I'm sorry, I'm a little inebriated.
No, that's okay.
How old are you?
I'm 36 or 37. One or the other. I don't remember. 37, I think. I was born in 84. What does that make me?
36.
I don't have to do math this late.
37, right?
I'm off the clock.
The 4 plus the 6 is 21. That's 7. Yeah. I'm 37.
All right. Well,
yay, 37.
Happy birthday. I'm gonna get out of here, finish up some show prep for tonight's show. That's Satans and Thetans, Cults in the Satanic Panic, 9 p.m. Pacific on my Twitch channel, Echoplex Media. Fucking happy birthday, Justin. Start thinking about raiding somebody, and I'm gonna play the fucking Ruffies.
Thank you guys. Oh, I guess that is my job over here, isn't it?
Yep. While you figure that out, I'm gonna drop. While you figure that out, I'm gonna drop the Ruffies. What's your plan for the Wasteland? And we'll see everybody. I'll see everybody in fucking an hour and 45 minutes.
Didn't make it to the vault in a pool of blood from the police assault. No revolution, instead your body beaten blue and red, and a bright white light on the horizon instead. Then the napalm drops and the flames won't stop. The teacher's dead, preacher's dead, soldiers dead, cops. The napalm drops and the flames won't stop. The teacher's dead, preacher's dead, soldiers dead, cops. What you gonna do?